Welcome to Matters Financial and Geopolitical from a Frontier. Trust you all had a great weekend. The political reflections, the Chinese President Xi Jinping attends an opening ceremony of China's first Import-Export Expo, and he delivered the keynote speech. Says China will only become more and more open. China's initiative is to expand imports. It's not makeshift. Economic globalization is an irreversible trend. President Kenyatta also delivered a statement at the same event in Shanghai and was pitching for market access for Kenyan and African products in China as a basis for a shared future and prosperity embodied in the FOCAC vision. Qasem Soleimani, the commander of the Quds Force, Iran's external security agency, posted this image on his Instagram in response to Trump's tweet. I like this photograph. Andry Rajoelina's amphitheater in Antananarivo yesterday at his final rally in this capital. His guys claim a 50,000 people turnout. The venue sits 20,000. That's from Carrie-Anne Duplessis. And Carrie-Anne saying the proof is in the pudding, and if the people come out to vote in their numbers too on Wednesday. Sri Lanka, a pro-Chinese constitutional coup is the way Sputnik's reporting it. The struggle for influence between notional BRICS partners, India and China, in the Indian Ocean region is one of the defining features of contemporary geopolitics because of the enormity of what's at stake. Political crisis is therefore much more geopolitically pertinent than many might think. To discuss this issue in more detail, Andry, have a listen. He's a very interesting analyst. And I wrote about this in February of this year. I said, does the Indian establishment appreciate the chokehold China has over India, from the Doklam Plateau in the north to Gwadar on the border with Pakistan, Hambantota port, which Sri Lanka was lost and regained, and this intrusion into the Indian Ocean that China has undertaken. I was also writing about the Indian Ocean economy and the port race, and that article was in early August. BBC is saying what is happening in Sri Lanka right now sits somewhere in between the House of Cards, the Game of Thrones, and Shakespeare's darkest Roman plays. It involves a man who betrayed his leader only now to return him to power, an alleged murder plot, and two men laying claim to a grand white mansion that is a symbol of political power. Bruce Riedel, who's a Middle East expert at the Brookings Institute, told me there is no political way out except through violence. That's about the death of Khashoggi. A US aircraft carrier joined the largest ever Japanese war exercise. Riedel is on this podcast called Crown Control, giving his perspective on what's happened. The BBC has done a three-parter House of Assad. I watched it over the weekend, worth looking at. And the father of the Taliban apparently was assassinated in Pakistan by an unknown killer, Sami al-Haq, known for his role in and influence over the Taliban, was killed in his home in Rawalpindi, Pakistan.